Okay, great, thank you. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the most watched show on television. This is the meeting of the Historic District Commission. Good afternoon. I'm Ray Pohl, Chairman of the Historic District Commission. I'm going to confirm that the following members are present at this time. Members, when I call your names, if you could respond the affirmative, please. Diane Coombs.
Here.
Thank you. John McLaughlin. I know you're there, John. Maybe you're muted, John. I'm going to go to Abby Camp.
Abby Camp is here.
I know she is. Carrie Thornwell.
Here.
All right, great. And let's see if John's on yet. John, you
Mr.
there?
Chair, I believe he dropped off. I don't see his name on the list.
Oh, maybe. Okay. Well, look, we still have a quorum, so we're going to get her going. If John joined us, Kathy, please note that
Yes,
for me, would you?
absolutely.
Thanks. Oh, staff, when I call your names, and I believe is Holly on? Oh, there she is.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Kathy Flynn.
Present.
Thank you, Holly Backus.
Present.
Thank you, Holly. Okay, that's it for who's here right at the moment. This open meeting of the Nantucket Historic District Commission is being conducted remotely, consistent with Governor Baker's executive order of March 12th, 2020. That order, posted with agenda materials for this meeting, allows public bodies to convene remotely, so long as public access to deliberations is reasonably provided. This meeting is convening via Zoom with video and audio recording, and we are being broadcast via YouTube on the town's YouTube channel. With no member of the public having asked to speak, this particular meeting will not feature public comment. Materials provided to members for the meeting or provided during this meeting are, unless otherwise noted, available on our town's website. During the meeting, I will introduce agenda topics and speakers, so please remember to mute your Zoom audio until your name is called. And please direct all comments and questions through the chair to avoid crosstalk and to make the taking of minutes easier. Finally, votes taken today will be done via roll call. All right, so Kathy, is the agenda fine the way it is?
It is, Mr. Chair.
All right, thank you, Kathy. So could I have a motion to approve today's agenda, please?
So moved.
Thank you. On that motion, Carrie Thornwell,
Aye.
Abby Camp,
Aye.
Diane Coombs,
Aye.
and I'm in favor, so that motion carries. Is John on yet?
I do not see him.
Okay, so then we're going to move ahead with a couple of old business items. Let's see how we're doing on, one of them was not open, so that won't be a problem. We have myself, Diane, Abby's here, and Carrie's. So,
And Mr. Chair, just for the record, John just is joining as we speak.
okay, so let's just get that down for the record. John, can you hear us? Not at the moment, but so he's not on this application anyway. So let's move forward with this, these two old business applications. So just who's representing this, please?
That's me, Adam Davis with Goldsmith Architects.
Okay, Adam. So you would be proceeding with a 4-person board, at least on your new dwelling. Are you okay with that?
That's fine.
Okay, then we're going to move forward. So the board again, myself, Diane, Abby, and Carrie.
Okay, so just to go over what our issues were in the last go around, this is for a new main house at 9 Hawk Circle.
Mm-hmm.
And we've taken care of the old structures. They're being moved to Canterbury, and so on with the new. Some of the critiques from last go around were kind of lack of a sconcy feeling as far as the house feeling a little too colonial, lack of continuity with window and door fenestration and light patterns, and some of the windows were a little too big, a little too low as far as the front elevation, and the deck over the front door didn't seem appropriate as far as, again, kind of local design. And then we got into some of the massing where, again, a little too much of a colonial feel where we had basically shed roofs facing the whole front of facing the front of the house. So I'll get into some of the changes that we made. And with that, you'll notice on that front elevation, which is technically the side elevation, We've turned the gable, so we now have a forward-facing gable front. We've added a front porch that wraps around from the street side to this front elevation, and resized some windows, updated the light grille patterns, and for the most part tried to keep kind of our footprint the same, but just a lot of simple details that we did as far as moving some of the roof lines around to invoke a little more character. And with that, looking at this front elevation, again, side elevation, we've got the wraparound porch, and we decided to keep an open railing. And this is still something that the owner is really hoping to keep that as light and open as possible. But we feel it's hidden pretty well into the new wraparound porch that's coming across. Otherwise, aside from window changes, I think we've addressed most of the concerns in terms of getting some continuity in those light patterns. And then wrapping around to the street front, which is the elevation below. Again, a couple of window sizing changes, but for the most part, it's a very similar massing. If you look to the right side of that elevation, you'll notice what we had as a small hip roof over that porch, or what creating that porch area. We decided to make that a gable roof as well. And that was coming more from comments from the Sconset Review Board, where they felt there was a few too many styles going on as far as hip roofs versus shed roofs versus gable roofs. So we felt keeping together with kind of the continuity of the house a little bit more, and worked pretty well. And then Kathy, if you scroll down, or Kathy or Holly, whoever's manning the design, if you scroll down, this is another page where we've got some pictures on the left of houses in the area that all have open porches or open balconies above the front doors. So we just wanted to keep that as an example in terms of kind of pleading our case for wanting to keep that open rail. The drawing on the top shows if we were to do a shingled railing, where that obviously blends in with the porch roof a little bit more. And that is an option that we could use if we had to, but we're really pushing for the open rail below. Want to go to the next page? And looking at the rear elevation, this is where we got more into those porch roofs, where the Sconset Review Board was talking about that central mass carrying off to the right. That was all basically open railing, and it seemed like it was just one long continuous rail, where that central mass is actually quite a ways back from that elevation that you see. So it's actually going to be pretty well hidden by the other two masses that come out. But keeping in mind that comment, we decided to change both the porches that are coming off that south elevation. So on the left side, it's the gable that you can see from the road. And on the right side, we made a shed roof with an integrated balcony. And again, I think just trying to break up that elevation a little bit more. The porch or the balconies seem much more separate. And again, hoping that the kind of context of this reads a little more clearly. And the elevation on the bottom, there's not much to talk about with the exception of the differences of the porches on the sides. But for the most part, the board was okay with this elevation. It just faces the neighbors, and it's fairly straightforward. And with that, I guess just the last piece as far as turning that gable, that's now a mass that we see front to back. It breaks up the roof line so we don't have a continuous ridge. And we also did away with the roof walk. And with that, I will turn it over to you guys.
Okay, first we're going to turn it over to Sconset Advisory, see whether they have any additional comments.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Comments are as follows. 2 ridge heights, long ridge view, drop one or raise the other. The second story is more successful set in from the edge. Like the shingled railing option as it blends in. And then there's a suggestion on the south elevation to make the right balcony smaller. And there was a comment that it is more of like a kind of a large structure, but those are the comments, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you, Holly. All right, let's see, the board again. Yes, John, hello. Welcome. You're not on this yet, okay? You're going to be on a new business, which will be in a short while, okay?
Okay, I'll wait. Thank you.
All right, thanks, John. Okay, so Diane, Abby, and Carrie, comments on the revisions?
I'll make a.
Thanks, Abby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could we go to the front elevation? I think it's just a drafting area where you put in the gable forward, just below the eave line there. It looks like a chunk. I think you meant to bring that down. See that chunk, that square below the trim?
Can I ask you, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
If you're looking at the front gable that's over the front door, right?
Yes.
You're looking at the piece to the left of that, correct?
See where they put in the balustrade on
Yes.
that in the middle.
In the middle, over the front door. Yep.
Yes. See that gable, how it's got that chunk below the trim of the gable line? See the roof?
Yeah.
And see, you follow the roof line down, all the way down to the corner. See that?
Right.
Oh,
Well,
yep.
that means that the eave is slightly higher than the roof that it's intersecting.
Correct. So yeah, that's the roof, basically to the side that it juts out past that face of the gable.
Okay, I don't understand that, but it sounds like you all know what you're talking about, so I'll just skip over that.
You know, Abby, I'd show you, it would be easy to see this if there weren't dormers in the way on the drawing just below it, but there's a dormer that's not preventing you from seeing the eave of that gable, the main gable over the front door is returning back and hitting into the roof behind it.
Yep.
Okay,
So, yeah. Oh, and also the other thing is there's no corner boards drawn. I don't think you're proposing corner boards here, so that's adding to sort of the confusion. You know, if there were
yeah, it
corner
just
boards,
looks,
it would be.
it looks a little bit like a blank canvas up there, but I think you know what you're talking about. So, I prefer the gable forward. I think it is more sconcy. I would go either way on I like the balustrade instead of the crossbucks. But I also like the newly proposed shingle balustrade, filled in shingle. I basically don't have a problem with this other than it seems like a very large house. I think that I don't remember what I said the last time, but I think it's a fine piece of architecture for a Hoeks circle. So that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Diane, oh, go ahead, Diane.
Yep. I wondered what the length of the house was from left to right.
From left to right, that is with all porches and juttings and stuff like that, it's 80 feet.
Okay, and the height of the house?
The height of the house, I believe it is
28 feet.
Yep, 28.7. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I have to use an iPad and it gets small to read it. So I think that the front section with the gable dormer is good. I think it fits in. I personally like the lighter across the front, but it can be shingled also. I don't know, the shingles doesn't call such attention to it, but I don't find the attention called to it as offensive. So hard to decide which is better. I appreciate the Widow's Walk being gone for sure. That is very nice. I think right, can we go down to the next one? It's just beyond my reach here. I still have the front door up.
Yeah, we need to go down a little more, Holly. We're looking at the front again, or actually that's the back. Yeah.
That's the comparison.
Kathy's running the show.
Kathy is?
Yes, what elevation are you looking for?
Either east or west, just out of the
Okay.
front or the
It's
back.
hard for me to see them too. North, south.
There you go. There's the south and the east.
Okay.
Okay, and that center section, with the sliding doors you said was set back from the other two gables forward, right? So
Substantially.
it sort of becomes invisible. Okay. And I would have the same opinion of the railings on the decks. It just seems to me that those open railings make the building seem lighter. I love the crossbucks, but they're not particularly in keeping with this age of architecture. Otherwise, I believe that's answering the questions and stuff that you did for us. And if those 4 sliding doors disappear back behind those others, I don't have a problem with them either. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks. Carrie?
I appreciate putting that second floor deck on the front in the porch roof. I think that makes it a lot more subtle, and helps it break it up a bit. Some of these things I think won't be seen. But one thing that's popping out to me, which is a really tiny little detail, is the window over the gabled porch on the rear above the fireplace. I just think that should not be there. It just seems busy. It's not a window to anywhere. It's in a porch roof. And it
Oh,
would
yeah.
simplify it to just remove it. I think that's it. I appreciate the changes you've made. I think it makes it a lot better.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks. So while we're on this back elevation, this sort of is one of the things about this that bugs me. It's chaotic. There's all different types of windows, doors, whatever. There's different roof pitches. And the thing that I regret you guys taking out is if we look at the front elevation, which is the north. Wait, yeah, that is the north. Could you back out so I could see the whole thing? Yeah, okay, so like to the right of the entry gable, which I appreciate you adding, by the way, to the right of it, you have this nice sort of cascade of the roof down to the shed roof. And on the other side, what used to be there was the same thing, and now you like changed it. So one side is going to look different than the other. One side's going to look hacked off. Having said all that, the fact that it's chaotic and everything, I don't think, those things are substantial enough to change. So I'm okay with it. So can somebody give us a motion?
Make a motion to approve, basically, I believe, as submitted.
I believe that would be it. Oh, unless people want to remove
Oh,
that
that
window.
window.
Yeah. You okay with removing that window?
May I request that we at least put a square window in?
Well, isn't there a fireplace right behind it?
I mean, that's the fireplace is 16 feet behind that.
Oh,
So it's letting
okay.
light into the porch.
I understand.
It's just there's no space. There's no space inside above there, is there?
No, it's just basically a clear story window.
Decorative.
To a vault
Well, a
window.
square would be better than what's there.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm fine with
Yeah,
Other gables?
Yeah.
yeah,
No.
that's 4 square.
Yep,
All right.
I'm fine with that.
Let's see, Diane, you were about to make a motion, huh?
I make a motion to approve as submitted with the 2/1 window in the south elevation in front of the chimney be reduced to a 4 square.
Okay, like that. Thank you. On Diane's motion, Abby,
Aye.
Carrie,
Aye.
Diane,
Aye,
I'm in favor. That motion carries. Let's stay with the same board for the guest house.
Thank you, guys. So for the guest house, this has not been seen by the HDC yet, but we had been seen by the Sconset Advisory Board. And essentially with our first go around from the main house and following the Sconset review, we decided to resubmit with some changes based on the changes we made to the main house. And with that, I'm just trying to think as far as what we did. Well, you didn't see the previous, so we can, I guess, not talk about the previous, instead talk about what we're presenting. So it's a simple 2-bedroom guest house that is also going to be used as a cabana for the pool. It creates kind of a courtyard in the backyard. And to this, the west elevation is planned to have a small driveway that backs up to it from the road, but the idea is that this would all get planted out, so you might as well imagine it being behind a hedge. Thus, the north elevation is what we deem the entry. That's the bottom left corner, if you see. And then the drawing just to the right of that, which is facing east, that's the face that faces the pool. So we've carried some similar geometry where the whole house of this is basically there to match the wing that was on the southeast of the main house. So it's got similar height, similar eave lines, similar window styles, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, and aside from that, it's not meant to be seen too much from the road, with the idea that it'd be planted out and hidden somewhat well, and otherwise it's there to accent the main house.
Okay. That it?
That's it.
Okay. Did we have Sconset advisory on the revised version of this, Holly?
Mr. Chair, they reviewed on March 1st. So Adam, you're saying you revised them since then?
Yeah, so that was on the original, which are the drawings in the upper left-hand corner. I can
Right.
go over basically some of that criticism was they didn't like open air balconies, preferred something to be tied in. And we took that into consideration, but for the size of the balcony that we have shown on here, we actually reduced from 2 balconies to 1 central balcony. And this still, I feel it works pretty well and it speaks well to the language of the house. And I didn't want to have to make it larger in order to try and create it more sitting in a shed roof. So we kept it as is. Aside from that, they talked
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Holly.
sorry, I just wanted to mention that, thank you for the changes. The deck on the second floor is not typically done, and that was their main concern, as well as the visibility from the road, understanding that the privet hedge was going to be there. But if that's going to be the basis of allowing that type of feature on this structure, then maybe a landscape plan needs to be done in conjunction with this application. So those are the comments, Mr.
Yeah,
Chair.
thanks.
Thank you.
Adam, continue. Are you
Oh,
finished?
so that's basically where we left off. We changed the configuration of the open air balcony so that it's only on the east side. And again, the idea is that with privet hedge going along Hawk Circle Road, this would hopefully disappear. You'd still see the roof, obviously, in the second story windows, but for the most part, not very visible.
Okay. Thank you. So once again, I want the same board to speak on this. So that would be Carrie, Abby, and Diane, and myself. Anyone want to start?
I'll start with 2 things, if
Thank you,
it's all
Diane.
right with you. Okay,
fine.
on that left one, I think it says south elevation. I was wondering how wide those decks were on the second floor.
Hmm.
They seem to be longer than 8 feet.
That is, I apologize, I don't have a scale on me. If it is more than 8 feet, I'm happy to reduce it to 8 feet.
Okay,
I think it's pretty.
it just looks bigger.
It does.
And also, if we could go back to that elevation. Okay, the other thing is on the south elevation, which is the same one they're talking about. On the second floor, you have those 2 windows in the gable. I would remove, I don't know what the little window is for, but makes the second floor sort of offset, I would take that. I would, if possible, remove that window, C window, and put the A window in the middle between the door and the shower on the first floor. You won't see, if your first floor is hidden pretty much, you won't see that, but those two windows are not typical with the guest cottage.
Yeah, you're suggesting it look more like the north elevation just below it.
Yeah.
Simplified.
there's-
What was that, Adam?
I was just saying simplified, either one window or smaller windows.
Okay, all right. Anything else, Diane?
No, I think the length of the decks and that window,
Yeah,
otherwise, it looks like a simple house or a simple guest house, which will be good. Thank you.
thank you. Let's see, Abby, you ready?
Yeah, I agree with Diane on that. And because Sconset Advisory pointed it out, I think maybe if they brought that in to the typical 8 feet that John likes, I would be okay with the proposed. Thank you.
Thank you, Carrie. Carrie?
She
You're
probably
you're
muted.
Shoot, sorry, sorry. I was just saying I agree with Diane on the window change, but I also think that deck should be incorporated in a porch roof. I think it stands out as an element that's just not typical, and incorporated in a roof would be much more subtle and more typical.
Okay, thanks. I liked Diane's comments, well, both of them actually, about getting the one window and getting the deck shortened up.
So I make a motion for for revisions.
Sure, yeah.
I think we could put-
If we
Don't
could
you
get,
think we can put this through?
I'd like that if we could.
Okay, well, so here's the easy one. Are you ready to accommodate all the comments?
I would say the only comment that I'm having trouble with is if we were to incorporate the east porch into a roof line.
Yeah, it's not a make or break deal. If
Okay.
everyone else is fine with it, I am too, as long as it's 8 feet.
I was just going to say that's pretty well hidden. That's not visible from any public way. So it's really much more in the yard of the house.
Then I would change my motion to be as submitted. With
No,
the window change through staff, with the window change. What are you going to do? Make one window
I think we'll
There?
switch to one window. Yeah.
on the south elevation?
right, and the maximum length of the porch on the east.
Being 8 feet.
To be 8 feet, yeah. So that's it. So that's the motion, folks. On that motion, Carrie,
Aye.
Abby,
Aye.
Diane,
Aye.
and I'm in favor. All right, good enough. All
All
right,
right,
now we're on to new business. John, you can join us on all this stuff unless you have a conflict of any kind. First up, 31 Woodbury Roof Walk, Linda Williams.
Cut to the chase. They had a roof walk when they built it. They took the roof walk off and put a chimney up. Now the new owners want to take the chimney back off and put the roof walk back on. If you go, everybody can go through the pictures. Almost 3/4 of the guys have roof walks.
Yeah,
They're all around it. We're willing to leave it natural to weather if you want us to do that, or willing to go white like everybody else. There are 2 natural to weathers in there and everybody else is like white.
are you skirting it or open?
Skirting it because the hatch is there where the chimney was. Then you
Okay.
put the chimney through the hatch.
Okay, Linda, thanks. Do we have HSAB on this one?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Of course, I wanted to just for the commission to know that this is an infill, obviously in Woodbury. I think it was built in 2000. This HSAB's comments, it's 10 feet is too wide, 8 foot max was recommended, less width to keep away from the dormers, and it would be better without a skirt due to the dormers. Thank
I
you, Mr.
thought
Chair.
so.
Most of them have skirts in there and it doesn't, we avoided the dormers. It's like just inside the dormers.
Okay.
Almost all of them have skirts. I think one doesn't have a skirt.
Okay, so board members. Basically, it's everybody who's in right now.
Is John here somewhere?
Oh, actually, yeah, so I have John down twice for some reason. Let's see. So that's that. Yeah, so you have Diane, Abby, John, Carrie, me.
Right, got it.
Yep, that's it. Anybody?
I don't have a problem with this, just as long as it's drawn as panels yeah, I don't see the
Yeah, I forgot that.
vertical. What's that?
I forgot to draw it in. It's vertical board.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I'm fine with this. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. John?
I don't see him.
Has he gone again? Oh, God. Okay, moving right along. Carrie?
I'll cross him off.
I agree with HSAB. I think it should be not so crammed on top of those dormers. I understand you're avoiding them the slightest bit, or you're lining up with the outside walls of them. I think you should bring it in at least a foot on either side, if not two.
Okay, so go from, what do I have on the agenda? What is it now? Is it 16 down to 14? Is that where we're going?
That would make
I
sense.
can't read it.
But hang on. Let's hear from Diane.
Okay,
No, I agree that the widow's walk need to be made smaller. Roof
Okay.
walk needs to be made smaller. I believe Hashav said something about, I don't know what the width is, but I heard 10 feet. And
yes,
the I don't know, I did see a picture in those bunch of pictures that you showed that did have a roof walk that did not have a skirt.
only one.
Well, it doesn't matter. I didn't think it was bad. It's
Okay,
there it is right there.
yeah, that's the one.
It I don't mind that. It makes the whole roof a little less complicated and heavy. It looks like it. I like that. So that's all.
Okay.
I like without the skirt.
Okay. Thank you, Diane. Abby, you said you were fine with it the way it is. Okay, Carrie had, so listen, I actually understand the need for the skirt in this case, blocking the view of the access up. And I do agree that there are plenty of skirts in that neighborhood. My own personal preference is for painted balusters and posts and natural vertical boards as the infill for the skirt, quote unquote.
Perfect.
That's what I think is the most traditional. It sort of highlights the lines, the architectural lines of the roof walk. So I would be okay with the skirt, but I'm also in favor of Carrie's idea of moving it in so that it doesn't touch those two dormers on either sides. So can we have a motion on this guy?
Can I do that through staff, Mr. Chairman?
Yeah, it sounds like it. Let's see what
Cool.
happens.
Make a motion.
Go ahead, Diane.
Oh, I was just going to make a motion reducing the roof walk by 2 feet on
Mhm.
either side, I believe.
Yep.
And to have the skirt in that be it natural to weather.
Okay.
Okay, good
Yeah,
motion, Diane.
just to clarify, Mr. Chairman, is the posts going all the way down, they're still white. The skirt itself
The
is
posts- Just
natural
the
weather.
posts are white, yes,
Okay.
correct.
Yeah,
Great.
Okay, so on that motion, Abby,
Aye.
Carrie,
Aye.
Diane,
aye.
and I'm in favor. That motion carries. Okay, Linda, you had the next one,
Okay.
right?
This was controversial when it came through the last time. We only have 4 more members. Do you think this should go to Tuesday at the beginning to get 5 members on it. I just don't know where this is gonna go.
Well, I'm guessing, listen,
I'll
this
try
is
it,
what
but somebody
if
can
this is
read
what
back in, I
think it
guess.
is- If this is what I would think it is, I'm strongly suggesting that you do not go with a 4-person board. And we don't have one. John's not here.
What's the address?
It's Main Street in Sconset.
Wisconsin.
Cool.
28 Main Street.
Oh, God, no, yeah, you better go with 5.
Yeah,
Can we go to the beginning of next week? We've waited a couple of weeks to get in now.
I'm okay with that.
A motion to move 28 Main Street to Tuesday.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
At the beginning of the meeting?
Yeah, on the
I
beginning.
can't call where it's, who's
Well,
already,
I'm saying it's okay since we didn't have 5 people today.
Okay.
So on Diane's motion, Abby,
Aye.
Carrie,
Aye.
Diane,
aye.
I'm in favor. That motion carries. Okay,
Okey-doke.
thanks,
Thank you.
Linda. Now we're off to 36 Pocomo. With Stephen, I saw Stephen on board.
Steve's here.
And so Steve, I'll tell you what I'm sure you've already heard. You have 4 people here today.
Yeah.
John was on and then he disappeared. Are you okay with 4?
Yes, I am.
All right, then let's go.
Okay. So this is our renovation addition to a house at 36 Pocomo Road. The existing residents, there are as-built drawings that are shown and what we're proposing to do. Yeah, there you go. As-built. Let's go back up, Holly. Start at number 7, please, or 6. Yeah, so this is what the house looks like currently. Okay, that's the backyard. As you can see, it's very heavily treed. That's Pocomo Road that runs by the house, very heavily treed along the front of the road. There's an aerial view of the house, and you can see the vegetation that's existing. And this is what the existing front of the house looks like.
Okay.
So we're proposing a renovation addition. There is the new north elevation with the existing north elevation.
Okay.
We're keeping the main mass in the right-hand side. We're adding additions to the left and right of the house.
Got it.
Okay. And if we scroll down, there's the floor plan, the upper, back up a second, Holly, please. So there is the second floor, and the first floor is in number 14. Let's go to, okay, well, that's the back of the house, which is not visible from the public way. You can see the existing south is kind of very chopped up, and the existing house is not the most attractive house that's there currently, and hoping that we're making it better. Again, this has very limited visibility from the Pulpus Road and none from actually the south side of the house. And if we could scroll down a little further.
Stephen,
Yeah,
can I ask you about that?
yeah.
Doesn't this face the creeks?
This backs all the way up to Madawi Road. Now, if you go and scroll back up onto the photographs.
I mean, theoretically, you could see this all from, oh, I see, it's way inland.
It's way inland, Ray. Yeah, it is way inland.
Okay, so you can't even, there's no visibility from the water is what I was suggesting.
No, none whatsoever.
Okay,
None whatsoever, okay?
Correct. Okay, go ahead.
And if we continue to scroll down, let's see. Let me just throw up a couple of photographs here, just to kind of refresh your memory here. I just got these today. Unfortunately, this is a house that you approved in 2017 for the same lot for Emeritus.
Can you hold it up a little bit more higher, Stephen?
Yeah, how's that?
There you are, there you are. Yep, okay, got it.
Okay, this was quite a large, extensive house, which was approved by the board in 2017.
And that was a new house, right?
Yes, it was. It was removal of the old house.
Right.
And here was the, this was the approval for the front elevation of the house.
Okay.
Okay, so it was quite large compared to what we're doing on this particular property right now. We are actually using the existing house and working with it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stephen. Let's see, I think I'll go straight to the board on this one because we don't have any advisories out there in old Pocomo. Anyone care to begin?
I'll go.
Go ahead.
I think what you're gonna see from this house is perfectly appropriate. I think the little balcony on the right might be the only thing that's a little funky on that north elevation, because I think that'll be seen through the driveway, but even so, it doesn't seem inappropriate to me out there. The roof
Okay.
walk might be a little long and the top rail looks like it's drawn a little tall. It's just a little sort of doesn't seem proportionate for some reason, but
You know what, Carrie?
mm,
I'd bet money that rail is shown higher than 3 feet.
yeah, it looks like
Looks
it.
very, very tall.
Yep.
You're not able to comment on that, are you, Stephen?
I thought it was 3 feet, but I can certainly reduce the height to 3 feet.
You may want to just check it. I mean, it looks like 42 inches to me.
I could reduce the height to 3 feet if that's the case, sure.
That's all you need. Okay, continue, Carrie, sorry.
That's it. That's all I have to say. I don't-
Oh, okay, all right. Okay, Abby?
Well, okay, proposed north elevation, but because it's so, due to lack of visibility, is everything I say gonna be, I mean, so on the north elevation, those 4 windows above the 3 French doors, I think, why can't they just be 6/1s? I don't see why they have to be a sort of an odd window when you could easily fit in.
It's a legitimate question, Abby. You want to comment on that, Stephen?
It's just a matter of design and style. Those are bathrooms and hallways up there, and those windows are always compromised as far as size goes
I've never been.
over the height, because when you look at the house, sometimes when you draw a bathroom window or a kitchen window, you automatically go, oh, there's the kitchen window. So rather than doing that, we wanted to go with a little, since the visibility was limited and all you're going to see is basically the top of the house, something that was a little more that fit in with this particular style. That's all.
Yeah, no, your creativeness. I just, to me, it draws attention to it being so repetitious and a square, it's very demanding. I don't know whether they could be larger or what you could do, but let's look at the front of the house, please.
That is the front.
Yeah, that's the front, Abby. The little square window elevation is the front.
Okay, so that even makes it a little more, and that you have 3 French doors for a front door?
Again, yes, but which is not visible.
So, yeah, this is a little, like it doesn't follow our usual guidelines for front door, and, like, I would like to see the windows on the second floor be a different shape, and I think, a more classic front door approach, I think would be better. I don't understand that far left window either. It seems really random.
The little floor light tucked way up there, yeah.
Yeah, it just seems it's not filling the space. It just looks a little random, and you don't have one flanking it on the far right. So, yeah, I think, but due to lack of visibility, I'm not sure. Let's hear what somebody else says.
Yeah. Okay. Diane is left. So, Diane, you ready?
Yes, at the end of the line. I think that window over there on the proposed north elevation should be the same size as the mulled windows next to it. It has a wide piece to fulfill, and it would be better having it a 6/1. I don't know, I can't remember exactly. I want to be sure that the a roof walk is supposed to be 1/3 the roof area, right?
Yes. That's
Was
the
that-
correct one.
Right, but I believe that that's a 50-50, and I would like, if that is true, I would like to see the roof walk come in a foot on either side. I think the
Okay.
first floor you will not see on that particular stretch of property. It's going to be hard to see the rest of the place anyway. So having a funky front door in this location doesn't bother me. If you could see it, it would, but I don't think you can. And otherwise, I have not seen anything that sticks out of my mind as being unapprovable.
Okay. Gosh,
What,
you know,
could I ask a question about those windows
Yeah.
that I was talking about? Are they crank out or how do they open?
yeah, they're casing
They're awnings.
awnings.
And to address Diane's question, that left window there, the four-light can be deleted. And I have no problem bringing in the widow's walk a foot on each side either.
Oh, good. Thank you, Steve.
You're very welcome, Diane.
So Abby, are you okay with that?
So they're hinged where, on the top
On the top.
side? Okay. Yeah, I'm okay with it.
So the only condition is to bring it in 2 feet?
Yeah,
Okay, so Diane, did you make that motion or did I just imagine that you did?
I haven't made it yet, but I will
Okay, that would be great.
make a motion to approve with the widow's walk coming in, roof walk coming in 2 feet, foot on either side. The window in the north elevation west on the left-hand side to be removed. And I believe that is it. I don't think you'll see the little deck on the other side because of the way the house looks as if it's tucked in. So that's my motion.
Can we do that through staff, Mr.
Oh,
Chairman?
yeah, that's definitely through
and
staff, Stephen.
this is all due to lack of visibility because otherwise I
All right.
would be.
Can you append that to your motion?
Yep,
Diane?
and it was approved through lack of visibility.
Okay, thank you. So on Diane's motion, Abby,
Aye.
Carrie,
Aye.
Diane.
Aye.
All right, and I'm in favor. Motion carries. Hardscape, what do we need to look at there, Stephen?
It's just the behind the house again, not visible, looking at a deck and patio.
Okay,
2 retaining walls too, because the grade needs to be retained due to the slope and grade.
how tall are they?
That's listed on the drawing. Let's see if we can scroll down a little bit there.
Can you move it to the left a little bit, Kathy? There you go. Thank you, thank you.
Okay, so you can see where the retaining walls are and the steps going down and the 2 planters that are there. So if we scroll down to the plan or elevation that shows them, the rear elevation, the south. Oh. Yep. There's the dimension right there on the left-hand side there.
Okay, grade 5 feet out from deck. It's 4 feet 7 and then 3 feet 8.
Yeah, that's the existing grade. If we scroll down here, one more photo. You see to the left-hand side here, right there, 2'5", I think it says.
No, it says, is that 3 feet or 2 feet?
It
I
says
can't
3
reach.
3'2".
3'2"?
It's the
Okay.
top one.
Okay, yep, there you go.
Okay, Stephen, I got a couple of questions for you then.
Sure, go ahead.
Well, if we go back to your deck,
Mm-hmm.
and that's obviously not a code rail, but you have more than 30 inches drop.
Let's
right?
go to the side elevation. The deck is up here. It's like a sitting, wall.
Oh, I know what it is, Steve.
There, yeah.
You have more than a 30-inch drop off.
I thought it was 32.
No, it's 30 inches.
Okay, all right, well, I can change that. That's fine.
You're what are you gonna do? Grade it up?
Yeah, I'll have to grade it up a little bit or lower the deck a little bit.
You have to grade it up quite a bit because I think you're at 3'10" right now, right?
Well, we've got 4'1" is the existing, 5 feet away.
No, but right at the deck, you're 3'10", so you need to get that down 1.5 feet, basically.
Right, or split the
You know,
difference.
bring up 1.5 feet.
We could split the difference, right?
Anyway, I just want to ask, so who would like to begin on this now that I've already begun?
Ray, is that a code that you're talking about?
Yeah, it is. So the way Steven's drawn this wouldn't meet code because you could fall off of that. That's not a code handrail. A code handrail has got to be 36 inches high. Anything more than a 30-inch, which is 2.5 feet, anything more than a 30-inch drop, you need to have a handrail, and he does not have that. So he's either going to need to have a handrail there, it's 36 inches high with balusters, or he's going to have to raise the grade to less than 30 inches.
Well, due to lack of visibility, again, I'd be okay if he brought it up to code. And so those are my thoughts.
I think we're talking about 6 inches from 3'2" to under 3 feet,
You're talking 8 inches, but
8 inches.
I thought it said 3'10" something there, but. we're
Sorry,
still-
I'm having a math issue.
Listen, Abby is okay with this because of the lack of visibility. Let's hear from Diane.
I don't think you will see it. I think he has to make something fit our rules. So I don't know what's easier for him to lift the land or put a railing along that stretch. I think we won't see it, but whatever, I'm sure it'll be caught on the safety issue.
Yes.
I think we should give him chance to work it out best to his ability.
Okay, well, we could do that. All right, Carrie,
I'm fine with this.
you're fine with it. So
I'll make a motion to
well,
approve.
let's make sure of something here. Stephen, how are you going to remedy the situation? We might as well have it remedied now.
Yeah,
rather-
I agree. I would rather not have a handrail. I would rather raise the grade the 8 inches to make it work.
Okay, so Carrie, are you prepared to make that kind of a motion?
It
Yeah.
was fine, but yes.
Okay, just as long as it doesn't exceed 30 inches and drop, then he's okay the way it's drawn.
Looks like a huge piece of property back there, so I don't think
Yeah.
there'll be any major
Okay,
issues
fine
it.
with me. Okay, so you want to go ahead with that?
Abby? Me?
Oh, I thought Carrie was making the
No,
motion.
that's okay. I don't, it doesn't really matter. I was just going to say motion to approve, bringing it up to code and just making sure that, when the inspectors get there, that he's not going to be, that he's going to be in alignment with the rules.
Yeah, to be more specific about that, he's going to bring the grade up to meet code rather than bring the rail up. That's what he's suggesting doing.
Yeah,
So that should be the motion. Okay, thank you, Abby. On that motion, Carrie,
Aye.
Diane,
Aye.
thank you, Abby.
aye.
And I'm in favor. Okay, that's that. Moving along to 22 Bayley Road. Door.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thanks, Stephen. Bye-bye. Do we have somebody? Oh, hey, Russell, are you on board here?
I don't see him, Mr. Chair.
Because if we don't have anybody to represent, I just assume move along.
Okay.
Really easy.
Oh, is it?
Well, it just looks like a door.
It's the color too.
Why, what's the color?
What did he have here?
Culture blue. Hamilton blue.
Sorry.
Don't we
Door is
accept that?
Black, black, yeah, board, it's a board and batten. Hamilton
Like the
blue.
board and batten wants to be Hamilton blue.
Yeah, that's what he wants.
Well,
That's different.
Where's the drawing? Let's just move forward with this.
Okay, motion to hold for
Okay.
representation.
I guess I meant to review it.
Oh, I'm
Oh.
sorry.
It's so de minimis, like what the hell? So what door are we talking about and what's happening?
It's this door right here.
Which door?
Is that,
Okay, that door is rendered as a glass door. Somebody just said board and batten.
he's changing this to board and batten, this whole
And it
thing.
looks to me like the application says the board and batten is Hamilton blue.
Right,
Okay, it's obvious that this is way wrong. So it's not an easy application. So we need representation.
no, and I did put this on a view, Mr. Chair, so.
Yeah, because if he's looking for A, board and batten, and B, the whole board and batten all painted blue, it's not going to be an easy one. Okay.
All right,
so-
motion to hold for representation.
Thank you, Abby. Sorry to put you through those machinations. Okay, on Abby's motion to hold for representation, Diane,
Aye.
Harry,
I,
Abby.
Aye.
All right, and I'm in favor of, let's go. So, let's see, 104 Tom Nevers, Chip Webster.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Hello, everyone. Okay, this Chip Webster on behalf of the applicant. This is an application for a new dwelling at 105 Tom Nevers. If we take a look at the locus plan, I want to point out that 105 is it's a flag lot. It sits behind 107.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so the proposed house is just about 200 feet back from Tom Nevers Road with 105 in front of it. If we look at the elevations, the overall height is 28. So we brought it down that the highest point is 28 feet. Again, it sits very far back from the road. This north elevation faces north, so it's not visible at all from a public way. The south elevation faces Tom Nevers Road. So this would be the one elevation that you might see some of the top of, again, set back quite a bit. If we move forward to the other two elevations, and these are the two end elevations facing east and west. There we go. Turn it over to the board for comments. Thank you.
Thanks. I'm assuming still no John. Somebody will tell me if he does show up. Okay, same board. What do we think, guys?
Okay with it.
All right,
Abby's okay with it.
okay. Diane?
I'm all right with it.
Okay. Carrie?
I'm all right with it too. I just wonder, is there a building on the property now? Chip? Looks like
There is
there's
a
one on the
small
locus.
existing house that has already been approved for a move.
Okay,
And fortunately, there's a recipient for that house through Housing Nantucket. So we're excited to save a house.
good.
Yay.
Okay, so Carrie, you've spoken your piece, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm actually not in favor of this building. It's a full 2 stories all the way around. So if you guys want to vote it through, that's okay.
No,
Well,
not when our chairperson says that.
no, listen, look at the, let's see, which elevation is it? It would be the south elevation. Well, north and south, full 2 stories, bam, like relentlessly 2 stories. So I'm not in favor of that. But let's,
It's probably an upside down house.
well, that doesn't matter. There's plenty
No,
of,
I know.
but can we have a motion on this?
Yikes.
Yeah,
Take it back.
well, you kind of set us back there, Ray. Could we just give it a moment? Could
Sure.
we Just.
Is there any way to comment?
What?
Is there any way to comment on it as an abutter?
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, listen, Yes, of course there is. Wow. So I didn't realize you were out there. If you could just give your name for the record, right?
Yeah.
And
Karen
what
Nicholas.
and your address.
Is 4 Van Fleet Circle.
Okay, and now you can speak.
So I am right behind it. It's
Mhm.
right in front of me. I'm the little house.
Oh. Mhm.
Plot plan. See Van Fleet Circle.
Yeah, the little house sort of in the middle of that very large piece of property.
So this house is going to the lot line.
Could you say that again?
This house is going to completely back up to the lot line.
Well, not exactly. Chip is showing the setbacks there, so it's well within the setbacks.
Right.
Just pointing that out.
I just
But
think it's,
continue.
I'm very happy. I mean, I love his designs. It's going to be huge.
It's going to be what?
Enormous. It's going to be big.
Huge.
Oh, I see. Okay. Is that it?
That's it. That's my,
Okay. All right. So, gosh, I wish you had spoken a little earlier, but that my fault. Okay, folks, what would we like to do with this one?
Well, maybe we can work on reducing the height of it, bringing the soffit lines down, the plate heights of the second floor down a bit. It does look like you have room.
So are you motioning for revisions?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
when you bring it up, Ray, that it is a big old house, I was considering the fact that most of it wouldn't be visible, that the second floor would be, but listening to your concerns and looking at the drawings in this perspective, mostly, you can
Might
see
I-
where that second floor plate could come down a bit.
Through the chair, might I make a comment?
Yeah.
So it is currently 28 feet, which is 2 feet below 30 feet, but we could reduce it by an additional foot if that would please the board, such that the highest point does not exceed 27 feet.
That wouldn't please me because it's still a full 2 stories. I'd like to see some story and a half elements introduced. But other board members, you want to comment?
I will comment.
Go ahead.
I think it should have some story and a half, so you don't have the twin towers going up and the stuff in the middle. I'd like to see them come down, have some additive massing. There is a great deal of land there can be used, and it's old Tom Nevers Road. I think it should calls for something that's a little more fitting into the area, and not just the big hulk of a house. I think he's got room to drop it down.
Okay, so maybe we should request some revisions on this one.
I'm
I
gonna
would-
go for a view too. I think
Oh, okay.
I had the feeling by looking at the site plan that it was out there on its own and no one would be disturbed by it like the last application we had. But if this is gonna be perceived as a block of house, I'd like to make sure it's not that.
Okay, so it sounds like revisions plus view.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
would be,
Please,
Who's going to make that motion for me?
I'll make that motion.
All right.
Make a
thank-
motion
Yep.
to hold for a view and to make some working revisions.
All right, sounds
what's
good.
the address on that?
105. Tom Nevers.
105 Tom Nevers Road.
Oh,
Okay, so on that motion, Abby, are you in favor?
Yes.
Okay, Carrie,
Aye.
thank you, Diane,
Aye.
and I'm in favor. That motion carries. Thank you, Chip.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, 87 Eel Point Road. I'm sure we have somebody to rep this,
You
right?
do?
Who was that?
Mark Catone, how are you?
There you are. Okay. Okay, so move building, 87 Eel Point Road.
You gotta be kidding me.
That is one massive building.
Come
Oh
on.
gosh, this is, yeah.
It's existing.
This
The
is
football
certain-
field.
Yes, it is. Yes,
Existing.
very much existing on the landscape out there.
Move
Yeah.
it where?
2 Dukes Road.
Get out.
You gotta be kidding
Come
me.
on.
Right in
No.
the wetland?
He's
Yes.
totally.
April Fools, April
Ah,
Fools. You got me.
that was the first one today. That was pretty good.
You set me up. It was easy.
Yeah.
So no, they want it. They're moving away. There is some erosion there, as we all know, and they're looking to move this forward on the property about 100 feet.
Forward, i.e. towards Eel Point.
Yeah, that's correct. So it almost comes straight forward. Same orientation, really no change in angle or placement on the property, just carrying it forward. The site plan does, I think there's a blue outline where it says lawn area where the house about is today. That's right. So we're bringing it forward about 100 feet. That's right.
Hey, Mark,
Yes.
can I ask you something about this site plan?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have a bold orange line that says 50-foot buffer, right?
Yeah.
And then you have a very thin dash line right underneath that that says 100-foot buffer. What's
I
going
think they're taken from different points from the coastal bank, and the top of the coastal bank is the difference.
Okay.
High tide and low tide.
Which one is the official?
I would,
I think the ones color coded are the ones that we have to pay attention.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, great, move it back, but then I see you're replacing it with a pool and all that up front. But I think the idea of moving it back away from the coastal bank is good, and you're just going to have to deal with Concom
Correct.
in terms of the pool and all that.
But the pool isn't before us right now, is it?
well, it will be, yes.
Just follow.
Just the move.
Well, so Abby.
Yeah.
There's 3 applications here: moving the house, the pool, and the pool cabana. That's what we're looking at.
Ray, what does it mean, the priority habitat area?
I think that's natural heritage. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay, so that means that there's certain areas on the island, a lot of areas on the island that have habitat priority. That is something that's usually taken up with by the Concom, but he wouldn't be able to build this envelope if he didn't get approval from the state to do so.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm okay with moving it back to get it out of the erosion, but we can tackle the pool in the next application, right?
Okay. How do you feel about that, Diane and Carrie?
I agree with Abby. I think
it's good to get it out of there. Otherwise, it's going to end up in the harbor.
So I will only point out one little irony.
Yeah.
That we're moving the house back
so we can
theoretically to get it further from the erosion of the bank. But what are we doing? We're putting a pool and a pool cabana where the house used to be. So instead of the house going over the bluff, the pool and the pool cabana will go over the bluff.
We don't know he's getting that pool.
Okay. Hey, Mark, one thing, like, so by order of magnitude, how far away is the house from Eel Point Road right now? And then 100 feet less than that. What are those numbers?
Let me see if I can grab that for you. Hey, Doug.
I know it's pretty far away.
Checking, yeah.
Oh, actually, it's not that far.
It's 250 feet now, so it'll be 150 feet.
Okay, so
Once
it's
moved.
moving appreciably closer to Eel Point Road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just pointing that out.
I had $4 check.
Okay.
$900 check.
So it sounds like maybe everybody's okay with your moving it forward 100 feet.
Yeah, it's the thing to do. I'll make a motion to approve that.
Okay. So Abby has made a motion to approve the house moving forward to Eel Point Road, also known as south, by 100 feet. On that motion, Diane.
Hi, sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay, so that was Diane. Carrie,
Aye.
okay, and Abby,
Abby, yes.
and I'm in favor. All right, now we're going to review the pool and the pool cabana. Hey, Mark,
Yes.
it's already a fait accompli, but how close was the existing house to the like the 50-foot setback?
It ran through, it was past it.
Oh, it was in it.
Yeah,
Okay, so
almost entirely past it.
the Concom loves you for that.
Right,
Okay.
And the pool looks like it's outside the 50 also.
it is.
Well, it has to be. Yeah, I mean, if it's new, they're going to require it to be outside the 50.
So
Yeah.
if you zoom in, I mean, relative to where you just approved the house to be, that pool will sit just forward. You can see the blue outline of the original house footprint where it's
Oh,
just, where it says
yeah.
right. And so the pool is just there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So it's all further away from the house, where the house was.
Yeah. So the idea is really that it will sit fairly tight to the back side of the house. The land rises to the rear. I don't think you'll ever see this pool, certainly not from the beach. You can see the elevations continue to rise as it approaches the dune, then it rolls off sharply to the beach. We're proposing the cabana structure to the east for additional screening. And I don't know that you'd even see it from the west, given, if we look at the aerials, maybe, given the distance it will be from the road, and with the house and the parking and the vegetation proposed as well.
Okay.
The
Thanks.
neighbor will be happy too, I think, because the neighbor now can see to the west a little better
That's
Yeah.
correct.
without the big honking house in the way.
Okay. Any comments on the pool?
I love that it's only 18 inches deep. I think that's pretty cool. Or is that a April Fool's joke?
No, it's 18 feet wide.
Yeah, no, yeah, 18 feet wide is pretty small, isn't it? That's almost,
Yeah, it's in the range.
but the,
Compared to the 50-foot length, yeah.
I hadn't gotten to the 50-foot length. But I would bring that down, and I think I would be okay with it. 10 feet, something like that.
Okay. Carrie?
I think all of it's going to be invisible, and I trust if the Concom approves this, they know what they're doing. And I
Okay.
don't see that it's going to be visible, so I'm fine with it.
Okay. Diane?
Yeah, I could come back because there's nothing we can do about that, but I do think it would be better, perhaps for the whole area, and we're so close to, I don't know, with the second buffer zone thing, I would like to see, as Abby mentioned, it come down to 40 feet, 40 by 18. You got a whole ocean right down the street, but anyway.
Okay. Thank you, Diane. I think the length of the pool is immaterial. It's not going to be visible. I know that for a fact, because of the grade and because of the fact that it sits with respect to Point Road, right smack behind the house, 40 feet, 50 feet. Nobody's ever going to tell the difference. So I'm okay with it as proposed. Would somebody care to make a motion on this one?
So, motion to approve.
Yeah, motion to approve as submitted?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, we'll see where that goes. On that motion, Carrie?
Aye.
Okay, Diane?
Aye.
Thank you. Abby?
Aye.
And I'm in favor. That motion carries. Okay, pool cabana.
Thank you.
Okay, there it is, folks. That's the pool cabana. Anything you want to tell us about? I think it's white trim, right?
That's correct.
Because the house is.
But it's got cottage corners, so.
It
Yeah.
does.
And parts of the house will have cottage corners as well.
Okay. How tall is it?
It is 17.
17. And I'm sure the roof pitch matches the existing building, right?
Correct.
Okay. Any comments?
I have no issue with this.
Okay, thank you.
Well, hold on a second. Is the pergola white too?
No, natural to weather.
Oh, goody. That's good.
Right.
Thanks.
That's the right answer. Okay, Abby?
Yeah, I'm ready to take a dip.
Okay. Diane, how are you doing? Diane?
Okay, okay.
Okay, so maybe we can have a motion to approve this guy.
Make a motion to approve as submitted.
All right, on that motion, Abby,
Aye.
Carrie,
Aye.
Diane,
Aye.
and I'm in favor.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks, Mark. Okay, so folks, I'm going to have to leave at 2:40. John McLaughlin has just joined us. So
20.
what's that?
You mean 220?
Oh yeah, 2:20. I said 2:40, 2:20. Thank you. That means in like 4 minutes. So
Did you want to
Karen,
reopen this, Mr. Chairman, just for the sake of argument?
no. We closed that application. We're moving on. So
All right, so I'm gonna have to reapply again then for natural
it'll
to
go
weather.
on consent, but
Okay.
don't worry about it. So
That's fine.
okay. Karen, are you on board?
I'm here. I'm here.
Yes, John, we know you're here, so you're on this, John. Okay. So let's try and make this quick because I do need to leave in a few short minutes. So what do you got, Karen?
Okay, we have number 4 Hussey Farm Road.
Yes,
The panels are on the rear of the house,
yes.
absolutely not visible from the Hussey Farm Road.
Okay, I'm always suspicious when you say absolutely not visible from the Hussey Farm Road, meaning is it visible from another public way?
Well, here you have the photo in the lower right of,
Lower right, okay.
okay, and the house on the left is not the house in question. The house, the arrow to the right
Yeah.
is the roof plane, one of the roof planes where the solar will be, but you're only going to catch it through that window
Okay, so
of visibility.
what road is that, Karen?
That is the Hummock Pond Road.
Hummock Pond Road, okay.
Right.
All right, so there's your visibility is down in the lower right-hand corner.
Right, and that's just that little sliver of roof, and it's only from the side.
I hear you, okay. And is it all on that one gable roof, that one roof plane?
If you scroll
Where's it?
down, you can see the array
Okay.
there.
Oh, there's a
So,
couple
yeah,
on the other, yeah,
right, and there's a split in the array because there's a vent.
right.
Okay, just letting you know, that's why it was not the perfect, there's a vent we had to go around.
Mhm.
And it's 200 feet from the Hummock Pond Road, so that just to give you a perspective of the view.
Okay,
So I think, and it's asphalt roof, that's pretty much it.
okay, thank
I'll
you.
go.
All
I'll
right,
go.
thanks, Diane, go ahead.
I don't think that in that fleeting moment, you're going to see it as you go down Hussey Farm. Even if you were coming from Hussey Farm going out to the end of Hussey Farm, you might possibly see it. But other than that, I think this answers the way we've asked solar panels to be done, and it's on the rear of the house, and it's on 2 surfaces, one minor, one major. So to me, it would work all right.
Okay, thank you, Diane. Abby?
Yeah, that fleeting moment, I do know that Jeff Smith has there was one hole that she showed where she could throw up a couple of Leyland cypress, my favorite, and block that one little view from Hummock Pond Road. I think if you scroll to that first shot, you can see where but see on that far right where between the Leyland cypress and the fence stops.
Yep.
If you put in 2 Leyland cypress or
Okay,
one,
Abby,
oh, it's not theirs.
it's not their property.
Oh,
There's another house between them and the road.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Okay.
Okay.
I thought it was their property line.
Sorry. Um,
Okay. I'm okay with it.
okay. John,
I'm here.
yes. What do you think about this?
I can't object to where it's going and where it is. You know, it's solar panels in the right spot. That's all I can say. Thank you.
Okay. Carrie, what do you think?
I've got nothing to add.
All right. So it sounds like we can approve this. Would somebody care?
Make a motion to approve as submitted.
All right. So that's Diane's motion. On that motion, Abby.
Aye.
Thank you, John. John,
Yes,
are you in favor of the motion?
yes.
All right. Thank you, Carrie.
Aye.
Diane,
Aye.
and I'm in favor. So that motion carries.
Thank
Now-
you.
Okay, so I do need to go. Thank you very much. And if you guys want to continue with Mirka or whatever, that's up to you. But fortunately, you do have a quorum, so.
I have to go as well. So I think we should probably end the show.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Okay,
Mr. Chairman, point of order.
yes, John, yes.
Yes, I'd like to explain that at 1:50, my computer let go. And
Oh,
I don't know what happened up to this one here, 400. So I couldn't, I gotta have somebody, I had a guy work on this computer 2 days ago from Comcam. He said it's beautiful.
oh, well.
I'm gonna break his arm, but anyway.
No, don't say that in public. Okay, so there's a motion on the table to adjourn. And I believe Diane made that motion?
Yes.
Okay,
I
so
believe.
Diane made the motion. On that motion, Abby,
Aye.
John,
Aye.
thank you, Carrie,
Aye.
Diane,
Aye.
and I'm in favor, so that motion carries. Thank you all for your time today, and we do have a meeting Tuesday, so I'll see you guys Tuesday. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Ray.
Bye, John Boy.
They had an explosion in Nantucket last night. Can you hear me? No, just as well. Can you hear me? No. Okay.